What's up? What's up?
Hi, friend. How are you?
Finding you, Miss Aaron.
I'm good. Why is it still telling me bring you on camera? You're already on camera. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I think it's because I was sending us another request. That could be it.
Okay. Well, hey, we on here. That's all that matters. How was
Yeah,
your Sunday?
it was good. What about yours?
It was good. It was good. Finally settling down. I was like, let me be on time because we are on time people.
We definitely are on time people. Even though we rushing to get on the camera, right? We definitely are on time people. Haven't been
Hey,
late not one time.
not
We've been working
one.
through some technical difficulties here and there, but we always get on.
Hey, we be on time. That's what's matter.
100%.
Did you get your Sunday nap in?
Nope. Well, I dozed off like maybe 10 minutes, like twice, but mm-mm.
I didn't. And I've been fighting it since I was like, if I lay down, there's a strong possibility I'm gonna be late. So we not even gonna lay we can lay down after the 9 o'clock.
Yes. Yeah. At 7 o'clock, I was laying back down. I was like, you know what? It's really no point of going to sleep. So I was like, just get up and get going.
Right. You got your stuff prepared for this hurricane? For the
Oh,
hurricane?
not really, but we are true Tampanians, and I'm praying for the best and hoping it turns into a tropical storm. I mean, I got food in the house, I got water in the house. Do I have gas in my car? Just enough to probably get to work, twice if need be, but I know they'll let us work from home. So other than
So
that,
you good.
yeah, that's how I feel. Like I'm not in an evacuation area. They haven't said anything about evacuating. And that's where it's at for me. What about you?
Same. Only thing I was gonna do anyway is go get my 2 cases of water.
Hmm.
So I went to one Walmart and I was like, I really hate when hurricanes come because it's like y'all been drinking juice, you've been drinking sodas, you've been drinking punch. Why all of a sudden y'all don't want that no more? And now y'all want to just go and get all the water. So I had to
Yeah.
go to another Walmart. And by that
Oh,
time I was upset. I was just like, let me just get these 2 orders and get out of here because I don't got time.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, I still had 2 cases from last time because that weekend that the last hurricane headed to Tallahassee, I had bought 2 cases to take up to Tallahassee and two for the house.
Right.
So when Rance came home, I was like, "Hey, do you want to take these 2 cases back with you?" He's like, "No, because I ended up buying water up there too, so there's no room, in my dorm." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I was like, "Okay, that kind of worked out for me because I definitely wasn't going to Sam's Club. I definitely wasn't going to Walmart. And I did a Target drive, what do you call it, a ship it order today to the house.
Oh,
So
okay.
some small things.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I was like, man, these people out here, like, I get it, but it's like, bro, panic. I'm walking through. I'm like, so you got 4 cases of water, right? I don't know how many people might be at your house, and I think it's what 40 bottles in a case, and then you
Most
got
of them, yeah, 32 to 40.
a whole nother bag buggy full of gallon waters.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
But anywho, let's go ahead and jump in. You know how we do. Our time is on precious, and they could catch it on the
On the
on your
play that.
on all of your platforms. YouTube, guys, she has a YouTube page, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Farron has all three. If you go on my social medias, you're only going to see one. Eventually we will have a page for Boy Oh Boy, but for now, Farron has been housing them on all four of her platforms. So definitely subscribe to her. She actually is an author, so she also has a business page, which I love it. And I do that because let me not do that because I think that's downplaying. So that was so rude. Let me say this.
No,
That has nothing to do with her being an author. She has a business page because she is a entrepreneur and she did publish a book. So yes, make sure y'all subscribe. But boy oh boy, and are we actually on episode 4?
I think we might be on 5. I was gonna
I
ask
might
you
be
that.
on 5 too.
I
Yeah,
think so.
but
I didn't go back and
anyhow,
look.
yeah, we're here, guys, and we appreciate y'all joining. And so, Farron, did you want to start us off, or what we want to do?
I don't know. So we were gonna bring on some guests that just didn't work out, but it's all good. I don't know what has happened this week and a half with these boys. I don't know. Any exciting stuff with you?
No, nothing. To be honest, I have stuff to talk about, but nothing like no update like last week.
Oh, okay. Well, let's roll with it then. Let's roll. What we got?
Well, I was thinking like, and I thought about this last week too, but we never kind of got on it. And guys, once I propose this question to Farron, I would love for y'all to put it in comments your answer too. So I was thinking like with your boys, and there is a slight age gap too. And I know, like you say, you've had different relationships with both of them, and so you've done things differently. Because like this is your second time around, really, like as a mom, like a
Yeah.
complete different. You're a different person yourself, different age. But what are the things you did with your boys to still feel like connected to them, to still connect to them now, especially with Telson being older? Like, what are the things that you find yourself doing with each boy to have a connection with them or quality time or one-on-one?
Um, I I ain't gonna say that part because he'll kill me. But no, forget that. He ain't gonna. He be like, really? There are times where I would like co-sleep with my kids. Like I just kind of feel out like, especially because like Telson don't say stuff. He don't talk about what's going on. So I have to kind of feel him out. And a lot of times if he comes and just like randomly just like hugs and sit on me for a minute, I'm like, all right, cool. We gonna sleep. We're gonna take a nap together. We're gonna do something together. Or sometimes I'll just let them kind of lay on me. Biggest thing that I try to do though, honestly, is have like a day where it's just them and me, like just one of them. So like if it's gonna be Telson's day, that's it. Like chance, I'll find you somewhere to go for a couple hours or do whatever. It's just me and Telson day, right? That means from whatever time we get up, and it's just about us the whole day. It's just us, and vice versa with Chance. Telson, we gone. Don't ask us for nothing or whatever, whatever. So I do that because I feel like that's important that they have their own separate time. Or if it's like just a conversation we having, let's just say we're in the car and Chance is having a conversation, but he really don't want his brother to say nothing. So I'm like, yo, chill. This is, even though it's a public conversation in the car, it's still a conversation that we have privately. So I try to do those things because it's like, I think it's important to give them their own space and individuality. Um, a lot of the time, like for their birthdays, right? So Chances is in June, Telson is in July. So all of June, whatever Chance want to do, whatever Chance want, we cater and we do what Chance wants, right? I don't even if it's like if I'm in the store and buying some chips or something, Telson doesn't get nothing in June. So when July comes around, everything Telson wants or whatever, Telson gets, Chance don't get anything. Now, there's an exception to it. Let's just say if we're in a store and Chance is really good about it, whether it's his month or not. He'll always look out for his brother. So if you say, hey, you want to get your brother something, cool, if it's in June. Other than that, then we're not doing it.
Okay.
So, you
Have
know,
you
I
always
try.
done those things like over the years, or have you like incorporated? Have you dropped off things, incorporated things, or that's always kind of been like y'all thing?
Um, for like their birthday months, that's always been. Um, Recently, as what's different with Telson and Chance is back then Telson was like it didn't take much for him. Like he didn't ask for stuff or whatever. Like just simple stuff. Whether it was just like, hey, can I get McDonald's today? Cool, we can get that. Whereas with now, as gotten older, I'm like, listen, we can go and do whatever. We can go buy what you want, but let's get an experience. So a lot of times, like with Chance most so want to tell me where you want to go and let's do it. Telson now that he like, listen, just send me a couple dollars. Or occasionally he might say, give him a shoe, and that's it. He don't really want to be engaged or whatever. Now, one thing he did do this year though, which surprised me, because back when I used to first start at T-Mobile, remember we used to have real nice bonuses or whatever, right? So his reward for his report card and behavior was let's go to Ross and go on a shopping spree. So this year he was like, I know what I want for my birthday. I'm like, what you want? He was like, I just want to go to Ross on a shopping spree. I was like, you serious? He was like, yeah. I was like, let's do it. Let's go. Well, that ain't kind of work out too well because he ain't find nothing he liked. But it was just like, damn, you remember them days? He was like, yeah, I remember we used to go in that mall. I'm like, okay, okay. I like it. I like it. But yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So for those first time watchers, this is Boy Oh Boy. We believe episode 5. This is Farron and Morgan, and we just like to chop it up, talk about our experiences raising our boys. For me, I have a 19-year-old because I feel like I've been saying 18 lately, but he's 19. Turned 19 in August. A sophomore, off in college. So yes, we are still in the raising, yet I call it guiding from the side parenting stage. So a very hands-on, even with him still being in college. And Farron, how old are your boys again?
They're 20 and 9.
So we are very well rounded. We are not professionals. We are just giving y'all our true parenting, especially of boys. But we welcome moms, dads, of boys and girls, but we only could talk from our experience. So for me, and I thought about that, like I asked you that question because I'm still trying to find ways to continue to keep that connection with Rand, especially with him being off to school. So I just kind of talk about like things I've done over the years because it has changed for me a little bit. So for me, like connecting was sometimes I would go in Rent's room and I would just lay on his bed. Even if he was playing video games, because sometimes he would stop and turn around and talk to me. Eventually he would get off. So a lot of times I would just lay in his bed and watch him. And I literally did that up to him graduating. I still do that when he comes home now from college. I literally just go in his room, I lay on his bed, and I just watch him and just chilling there. Sometimes I've been there for a good hour, hour and a half. When he was
Mhm.
younger, so I've always kind of done that. Now, what I used to do too, and I mentioned this on one of our other lives, like I would only talk to people on the phone on the way home. When I got home, I was like, "Hey, y'all have to wait till he's gone to bed." That honestly probably stopped by the time he got to middle school because he was older, right? He was able to do more for himself. But definitely when he was like, honestly, from when he was a baby till middle school, I did that consistently. Like everybody knew I shut it down when I got home and I didn't pick back up until he went to sleep. And we've always done like small things together. Like Rance likes to do crafty things. So we do I think it's called We Do Dishes out in New Tampa. We would do that a lot. We both love ice cream, so going to like different ice cream shops. So we would go to back in the day like Marble, Cold Stone, and then it's another place, I think it's called Renovation or something. But anyhow, like, and Chill Bros is our favorite. Like we go to 7th Avenue now, we'll go down to Chill Bros. So we love to get ice cream. And when we get ice cream, like we don't have our phones out. Like I used to take pictures here and there, but I
Right.
even honestly have kind of stopped that. Like the memory for me is like here,
Yeah.
right? I want to really capture these moments, really get these conversations. So we'll sit at the ice cream place and eat. Like I'm not going to get the ice cream and running out the door. Like that's my way of bonding with him, trying to catch up with him. And by the time Rance hit middle school too, I was in around the end of middle school, which is about 8th grade. I was moving into my own townhouse closer to his school, changing my address and everything. But I used to, for years, drove Rance to school. But I consciously, by the time he was able to catch the bus from our actual home, I still drove him to school every morning because number one, it kind of fit my schedule. But that really was for me a bonding time because I knew when he got to middle school, more things were going to be exposed, right?
Yeah.
And you can't protect your kids from everything, but you want to be in the know. You want to have these conversations because we know as kids or when we were young adults or kids that we would go to our friends because we think they know everything. So I consciously made an effort to drive him to school still every morning so we can talk, we can catch up. So that was another way of us bonding. And, and since he's been away, once a week we supposed to FaceTime. I told y'all that. Like that's still
Right.
our thing. I found that this year we're talking a little bit less, but more than FaceTiming. But like today when I get off the live again, we'll touch base again on face to face. So those are my ways of still trying to bond, spend time with him. And like if there's an event going on the campus, then I still go. So like the last hurricane, Helene, however they said it, Parents Weekend was canceled. So he ended up coming home. And I mentioned that last week. Well, Parents Weekend now has been moved to the end of this month. I wasn't gonna go because I'd be literally that week coming back from a trip, and then I had a church event. But then when I talked to him yesterday, he's like, "Oh, I'll be fine. I'll hang out with my friends and their parents." And when he said that, I don't know, it broke my heart. I know I'm extra, guys, I know it,
I'm
but
with
it broke
you.
my heart. I was like, nah,
No, I'm
that's not
coming.
gonna work for me, you know. So I went to church today. I was like, hey guys, the last 2 Sundays, I'm not gonna be here. I'm going to Tallahassee the last weekend, and I'm doing Parents Weekend with my child.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. And so I told him today. He's like, it's okay, Mom. I really understand. And he honestly, I do get it that he understands, but I also know my child.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that too, like really knowing your kid. That doesn't mean you know everything, but knowing your kid. So I know he says that now, but I know when parent weekend come, everybody, not everybody, most kids' parents are gonna be there. He gonna be looking like, dang, like nobody could come. And yes, I probably could call and tell his dad. I will definitely talk about that later too. But I'm just at a stage, and I've been at a stage like I shouldn't have to call and tell you what's going on. If you got social media, all you got to do is follow these pages. That's how I found out a lot of
Yeah.
information. I purposely, and I said this before, I purposely joined Facebook a year ago for him going off to school because I never had Facebook, was not interested in Facebook, but I was like, okay, I need to stay connected with what's going on with the school and
Right.
connect with other parents. So those are ways that I'm still trying to have a connection with him. So I see a lot of comments. I'm going to read them. I kind of tell y'all where we're at right now. So me and Farron are just sharing how old our boys are, and for those first timers that may be watching or repeat, so we appreciate all you coming. And we're talking about ways of different things we've done over the years and currently doing to stay connected to our boys. Because with social media, which is a big one, and then them just having their own little lives and their own little group of peers, like it's so easy to get disconnected from your kids. And it's just important to me, and I know it's important to parents to like still have that connection with them, make sure we're somewhat in the know, and just be a part of their life a little bit. Because one thing
Right.
I am realizing as Rance continues to get older, we already know time precious, but I'm like, this time has flown. And one day this boy probably gonna be married, have kids of his own, and that's a wrap. Like I had that conversation with him last time, like that's far but yet near. That's just way I could
Yeah.
describe it. I'm like, right now, yeah, when you're coming home from college, you're still coming home here. But when you graduate, yeah, you might come here. But eventually, within a year or two after that, you might have your own apartment. You know, so those are just things that I've done over the years. So I'm gonna read a couple of comments and then I'll give you the floor again, Farron. So it says, "How's Chill Bros? I'm a foodie. It is amazing. They have like seasonal ice creams. I love it. They be having everything from key lime pie, everything's handmade. They had peanut butter and jelly. Some of these I have not tried, but yeah, they have like seasonal flavors of the month. There's one on 7th Avenue. There's one also down in Water Street, Tampa. I absolutely endorse. They're a little on the high end now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, but you literally could get one scoop and it's like 2 scoops. So I'm gonna tell you that too, because like one time we got 3 scoops, that was like 4 scoops, and we couldn't even eat dinner. They put a big scoop in the cone, then the actual 1 scoop on top. So that's 2 scoops. You know, some places
Mm.
when they say 2 scoops, they literally mean 2 scoops, but not with Chill
Right.
Bros. Okay. Oh, thank you. We're so happy to have you, Miss Rushing Mac. She says, hello, glad I got the chance to hear the live. I totally
No
understand
problem.
those days. Kind of miss those days. Yes, I live for those days, like the bonding. Nothing like being there. Okay, so she's just kind of agreeing with our conversation. So thank you. Good evening, Tiffany. We appreciate you joining us. All right. You want to add anything else, Farron, or anything that like sparked your
Um, no, no, but it's funny that she says she missed those times. And today, right? So we had somewhere to go, and I needed to find Chance something to wear. So I sent him a picture, and I was like, "Do you like this?" He never replied back. But anyway, it dawned on me because he's 9, right? But I also say be your own person or whatever. But today he was like, I like the outfit, but next time just let me go pick out my own clothes. And it triggered me because this is around the same time Telstar Star was like, look, I don't want you dressing me no more. Like, let me do my own thing. And I'm like, oh my God, that means at some point he gonna be like, I'm not the baby anymore. I don't want to be a baby. And it's like, oh my God, am I ready for this? Like I'm ready, but am I really ready?
right?
Because like when it went through Telstar, I was like, can you just listen, let me just But I had to, like, you have to just know, let them, because the mom's like, they're their own people. They got their own minds and this and that. Yeah, but now we're not going out here with 62 colors on. However, I'm gonna let you do what you do. But it hit me today. I was like, oh my God, like he hitting that age where he like, okay,
Yeah, he doesn't want you to dress down. And you say
yes,
he's 9, so yeah, wow.
yeah.
I this
Like,
goes
don't even want me to brush
maybe
his
Ransom.
hair.
Oh, so yeah, he's definitely growing up on you. I think Rance once he hit high school, he started like have his own opinion with clothes. So now, yeah, I definitely wish I get it. He's 19, like he should definitely. He's some people say, oh, he's a grown man. I'm gonna talk about that too. He's not a grown man. I'm still taking care of him. He's still on my insurance, but he is
Hello.
becoming a young man. Like I recognize you ain't no baby, right?
Right.
But when I buy stuff now, I find myself, which I've been doing the last couple of years, almost like last 3 years. I take a picture, send a screenshot, like you like this, you
Right.
like this, because there ain't no point of me buying because he's not gonna wear it. So I'm not gonna waste my money no more, right? But it was something I was gonna say, and I always do this. Like I need to start having a notepad because I have be having thoughts as I'm talking to you, which is so funny that I want to talk about. But guys, boy oh boy, episode 5. We are so happy to have you all joining. Hi, Curio. 4 or 5, one.
We're on
We
five. We're
got started.
on five.
We are on
We're on
5.
five.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we're just boy moms, just chopping it up, right? Talking about our experience with our boys. We really have had some amazing episodes, and I'm not saying that because it's me and Farron. When I go back, I tell her usually I go back and watch it after we do the live, and I think it was episode 3. We had an amazing
Yeah.
conversation. So all of them have been really good, guys. But we encourage you. We know it's an hour long. Put on like you're in the car, like you listen to radio, and skip over pieces. But if you go to episode 2, you'll actually get to meet our boys because our boys were live with us. Episode 3, we had like a really good in-depth conversation, and then episode 4, we spent like 15 minutes just kind of like updating y'all on the status of our kids. And then the last 30 minutes, we actually gave it to our audience. They got a chance to ask us questions and we read the comments. And today, so far, we have been discussing like ways to stay connected with your kids. So if you have adult kids, babies, any kids or nephews or nieces, what do y'all do to stay connected with them? So drop it in the comments. We would love to hear things you do. To sum it up, I said pretty much I still sit in Rance's room, lay across the bed. We make sure we still have FaceTime once a week now because he's off in college. When he comes home, I still try to have like a day, like you said, too, Farron. I do
Yeah.
like that. Now, on his birth month, I don't do nothing the whole month, but that day he's always party, but that day he's like top tier party.
Right.
Like I still take off like every year I take off for my birthday. I do the same thing with his birthday, to be honest. I take off for his
Absolutely.
birthday or I work a half a day because he sleeps in anyhow. So by the time I work a half a day, he just getting up. So I start getting smart. Like I'm losing my coins. He's sleeping. Let me go work a half a day. But this year I thought about it when you said that's what it was when you're talking about like you pretty much let them have like that's their month. I love that. What I did this year because last year when he turned 18, he was in not boot camp, he was in band camp. So he didn't really get to celebrate his birthday. He was like, even though me and his dad drove up that Sunday and we only literally got to see him 20 minutes. So a 4-hour trip just to see him 20 minutes, but it was
Wow.
worth it. God bless you. But he said it just didn't feel like his birthday. And I get it because he was at band camp. And by the end of the day, the kids realized it was his birthday. They sung him happy birthday. And that was it. Like, go sleep next day.
Aw.
So this year, I definitely dropped a nice little coin on him. And I spent more than I expected, but it felt good. And I just want him to know, like, hey, we appreciate your hard work last year, and committing to college as a freshman, committing to the band, and just, you know, giving up self during that time, but you were not forgotten.
Right.
Like, even though we came up the last year, he said he didn't even remember us coming. So I know he had to be stressed. He said he did not even remember us really coming up there. I was like, wow. And it was only 20 minutes, but it was the best 20
Yeah.
minutes. So yeah, and I usually every year I always do take him out to dinner. I always buy him like outfit clothes and give him some money, but I spent a little bit more than I expected to. But like I said, it felt good. I know I overly still spoil him to a certain degree because I always say he's such a good kid, but I have kind of realized it's not always good to spoil your kids either. Even though they're good kids, they still gotta learn how to work hard, earn stuff,
Right.
and don't always expect stuff either. Which we definitely could talk about that. So I've had to bounce that over the years, to be honest.
That's I like that because so for me, right, I'm a giver. Like if I got it and you cool, you got it. Like I don't really whatever. So for somebody like me to I know that I walk a fine line between giving and what some people would consider spoil, right? So to kind of piggyback off what you said about him not being grown, according to the law, at 18 you're an adult, right? Okay, cool. However, I challenge that because there's a lot of things that you can't technically do at 18, right? You used to can buy cigarettes. You used to can do other things. Now they're like, now you got to be 21. But you can go join the military overseas, get your little drink on, do what you want to do, right? So for me, um, people like some people might be like, you still buy your 20-year-old clothes and feed him, and yeah. So I had made a video being funny on about a year and a half ago, and I was like, we were in the store. So this is what they do: we're in the store, they'll go get their stuff. So I started getting hip. I let them go up there to the cash register where they looking at me, I'm looking at them. Now I'm going over here and pay for my stuff. It don't matter if it was $2, they would not pay for it, right? So they started trying to get a little more little clever. So he'll use Chance. Chance, ask mama if she get this, or they ask mama this, whatever, cool. So I made a video and I was like, at what age do y'all stop buying your kids stuff just that they like,
Mm.
right? Like food or like, I'm always feed you. Like that's not negotiable. But I was like, what age do you stop giving special treatment or giving special stuff to your kids? When I tell you, if I tell you them comments on Instagram was so crazy, and it was just being a joke. Like, oh, once they're 18, this, that. And it was really, and I noticed it was more so from a male's perspective. Whereas mothers was like, well, this, that. But I do remember one specific comment from a father was like, well, if they smelling their stuff, then this, that, whatever. And I was like, I don't know where we get this theory from that you 18, you grown, you got to get out, you got to do what you got to do. If I could tell you how much stupid stuff I did from 18 to about 26, 27, I was a mother by the time I was 21. So again, the stupid stuff that I did, and you want me to say that I'm grown? No, no. But it's a fine line because it's like, where do you say, hey, that's not my responsibility? That's
I love
not
it.
what I happen to do. And it's a gray area because it's like, as a mother, you're going to always make sure that your child is good, right? But at the same time, you're gonna honor, you're gonna respect me. That'd be my top two thing right there. So at this point that you're grown, you grown, right? Try to get the timing right. I'm gonna show you how grown you really is. So about 4 months ago, or whatever, right? So I don't do the laundry in my house. I separate them. Telson's job is to wash them. I fold them. Everybody put their stuff up. I still fold their clothes. That's just the routine we got going, right? So I was like, you need to have this done before this. Well, you procrastinated or whatever, and you didn't do it. So I was like, okay, cool. And he went to the store. He went to get something to eat, and he didn't say, "Ma, you want something?" Chance, you want something? It's again. You work, you don't pay nothing. Like all you pay is stupid little funky insurance. So I said, okay, I'm gonna teach you better than I can show you. Because realistically, I only really gotta feed me a Chance. I was like, and I always joke around, I'm like, I'm the goat, bro. Like, don't sleep on the goat.
You
Don't
have
ever do that.
to go.
Yeah, yeah. When I tell you it was hard for me not to do it. It took more, but it didn't. I had to show him for 4 days straight. I'm gonna show you, my guy. Like Chance, no, we can't get him nothing. No. He's like, no, no. Because again, this is a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice, my guy. Needless to
I'm not
say, we
gonna
ain't
cross that
missing
bridge.
laundry. We ain't missed that laundry no
No,
more.
no more clothes washing. Probably even folded some days.
Look, he was like, can you I know you say by this day, but can you just go ahead and separate them right now? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm telling you, dude, don't bite the hand that feeds you, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like once they hit high school, as the old people say, they start smelling themselves. And then when they become young adults, but they're still living with you, they, especially boys, I think, people say girls, they say, I hear people say, oh, you're lucky to have a boy. So for those who may have girls, let me just be very clear, y'all. Like, boys and girls, I said this before, they're really not that much difference, just to be honest.
Right.
Like, boys go through different emotions as well, they go through puberty as well, and they get attitudes just as much. But Ranch hasn't got there with me, but I know eventually it will come. And so, like you said, like the question is, when are they grown? And it is a very fine line. I think you really grow when you move out, just to be honest, or when you're living at home and you're splitting the bills. But you still gotta respect your parents at the end of the day. You gotta respect them, and that's some kids are lacking that, just to be honest. So with Rance, like people ask me now, like, is he working while he's off in school? I said, no, he's not. I said, would I like him to? Yes. But am I making him? No. And I said, I'm not making him just because he is a full-time college student and he don't really ask for much, just to be honest. Like last year, I sent him $50 every 2 weeks. That's $100, right? Other people probably sent him money. This year, I said, okay, when you come home during the summer, you have to work. So when he came home to the summer, he was like, it's some break. I said, but yeah, but you're not in high school or middle school no more, Rich. You're 18. I said, you're turning to a young man. Men work, women work, adults work. I
Right.
said, plus that money you're going to set aside. And when you go back to college, you want to take the car, that's going to be your gas money. That's going to be your food money. That's going to be when you want to go hang out with your friends. I said, in the turn of the new year, come spring semester, I'll probably, start sending you some money again. Now, people are like thinking 100 now a lot. To me, yeah, 100 is a lot because he has a meal plan. So all his meals are paid for already. He lives on campus, so he has no bills. But I do remind him, like, I know that you're a young adult, you're up there at college, you're doing your thing, you don't have to ask permission. So when you come home, it may feel like a setback, but I'm here to still protect you and guide you, and you're not grown yet. Like I didn't never really get him a curfew since he's been off at school coming back home because he's not a kid that really hangs out. But when he
Right.
was here a couple of weeks ago, it was like 12:45, and I'm like, like I don't see the car like Cinco Drive saying that you're on your way home. So, and I had already told him earlier that day because he asked. So let me back up. Earlier that day, which I do love this about him still a bit, he texts me. He says, "Can I stay the night at my friend's house?" I'm pretty sure most of y'all are on the same thing I was on growing up. He never really spent a night at my house. He spent a night one time at one of my very, very good girlfriend houses. That's the only time he's ever spent a night. That was probably in middle school. So when he texts me that, I'm like, oh, at least he's still asking me. But the answer is still no. So I text him, I was like, no, sorry. So he's like, LOL, had to try. I said, yeah, you did. I said, but you can stay out till 1 o'clock. So it was 12:45. The sync up drive hadn't give me those, signal that he was on his way. So I sent him a text like, hey, your curfew is 1 o'clock. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm on my way. So he got here like at 1:06. I did not trip about the 1:06, to be honest, because once again, he does not really give me a hard time. But
Right.
I do have to remind him sometimes when he gets a firm tone with me, like especially when he's off the school and he's frustrated, he gets a firm tone. I have to remind him, like, hey, bring it down a notch. Like, okay, if you need time to yourself, okay, let me know that. But watch how you talk to me. That's like always been my pet peeve too. Like, watch how you talk to me, but he knows that you're not quite grown. And
Right.
to me, grown, like I said, is when you are on your own, paying your own bills, or if you're in the house and you're splitting the bills literally with your parents. Because some kids do that. I get that. But you still got to respect your parents, even if you are splitting the bills. Because I'm pretty sure that mortgage or rent is still in your parents' name.
You better say that. That's that. It's a. I really believe my theory is like, so I do a lot of like research and stuff like that, right? Or whatever. But it was saying how the brain doesn't stop developing until you hit about 26, 26, 27. That's on the average. We're saying men and women. Sometimes with men, it kind of takes a little bit longer for it to finish developing, right? So I'd be like, that probably why you do some of the dumb stuff you do, and you go through these changes or whatever. But I'm like, that's more of a reason why I say you're not grown, because it's like, and I think it comes with time and it comes with wisdom and life experiences that I can look and tell you, hey, you finna go off the track. At that age, nobody couldn't tell me I went, nah, whatever, I ain't going off the track. So it's like, you're not grown. Like, when you gotta come ask me, where my social security card at? You're not grown. When
I
you
love
have to
it.
come ask me what they mean by this, read it. What do you mean when they read it? What do you mean? And then I thought about it, like, I didn't have my social security card for a long. You know when I got my social security card from my mama? When I had little Toast.
Oh, wow. I
I
think that
never.
because our parents and our grandparents is a different generation, because I got mine around 18, but I think a lot of people, you're right. Once you had a baby is when they kind of
Yeah.
gave you more stuff. I did give him a lot of stuff early just because I wanted him to be self-sufficient, especially getting ready to go off to college. Like, he knows his social security. He has that up there where I think I have his birth certificate here though, but he has a social security card. But you're right. When you have to ask for these things, you're not quite grown yet. But I know the world is different, right? And it's
Right.
moving way faster. So I do think, this is my personal opinion, I do think that as parents, especially boy moms, because we do coddle them a little bit more, that we need to give them some tools earlier than what we
Yeah.
have. I would definitely say that, like, if I could go back, I probably should give Rance more tools earlier. I did see a few comments real quick. So Tiffany say, I feel like girls are more middle school. I would say middle school for my son too. When I really saw the puberty change, not the attitude yet, but the puberty, just the way he was moving and acting a little bit changed. The attitude did come more in high school for me. What about you, Farron?
Nothing around right around about sixth grade, because he always went, like, again, I always pretty much control what schools you go to and all that or whatever. But we've always been involved in the magnet program, so he always wear uniforms. So sixth grade was his first year. He didn't have to wear uniforms. Yeah, you're the new person on campus or whatever, but it was a lot going on, like a lot of moving parts. Like, you officially now a big brother, like all this going on. And I started like, bro, like, I remember he just the teacher. I went to the conference. Teacher was just like, yeah, he don't do none of the work. Like, he do the work, but he wasn't turning it in. And I was like, okay, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, talking in work. Okay, now we got to get to the place where I got to anoint some hands and pray with you. I'm gonna say that nicely. Okay, you still ain't getting the message. Okay, and I was like, okay, and I think he must have had a bad day. I don't even care, but he gave me this look like he kind of sized me. It was on, and that was in sixth grade. I was like, that. Come on, let's come on. Because what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna do this. So I think around sixth grade is where that attitude and stuff start to change. We finna get this on the wraps real quick, my guy. Real quick.
Another comment, delivery is everything. Yes, delivery is everything. And I'll be honest, I have to work on my delivery sometimes too, because in the midst of the moment, sometimes of me and Rance's conversation, like for example, I'm gonna give y'all one. Last week, he was having an issue, and it's been a month now. So they've been in school, I think like 6 or 7 weeks now up there in Tallahassee. But I know it's at least been a month he hasn't been able to access any of his online exams. FAMU is having a big issue where they have a browser lock. One of his professors gave him a paper test. The other professor's like, oh, well, whenever it's fixed, you can take these tests. Y'all going on to, the second chapter, he's starting to lose retaining some of the information. He already deals with issues trying to retain the
Right.
information, and now you want him to wait till the issue's resolved. So, he was doing his part. He was doing really good, but he called me and I forgot exactly what he said, but I had got a very firm, like, no, like, we're paying for this. You need to go to her office hours and you need to be firm with her, but be respectful, but let her know, no, that's not an option for you. So then he started getting upset, and and we talk about this fair, like, we let our boys talk very freely in the house, and
Right.
everybody does not allow their kids. So he tells me, and I told my cousin the other day, and I had to laugh about it. I thought about it, but I said, ooh, that would never went for me growing up. But he tells me in the midst of this conversation, I know that you're just trying to help me. He's like, you're probably just talking firm to me because you want me to do firm. He's like, but he's like, it feel like you're getting an attitude with me. He's like, and now I'm getting the attitude. He's like, and I need you to change your tone. Here I am looking at the phone like this. And I say, But I said, but he's in my mind. I said, dang, he is right. But dang, I'm your mom. Do you supposed to be saying that to me? I'm like, but I raised you to
Yeah,
be vocal, and you didn't say it in a disrespectful way. So I was like, you know what? You are right. I still was still firm. I was like, you are right. I said, okay, let me just calm down. So it did not, but we're getting so much better with our. I feel like we've always communicated, but our communication styles were not matching. And I do like that it appears to be getting a little bit better every time
right.
because that could have went left real quick as it did. I told y'all back in fall of the previous year. Because remember, on one of the lives I shared this example where he almost got hit by the car and he was like saying the F bomb
Right.
on the phone. And I was like, what? It could have definitely went left like that, but it didn't. And I was like, okay, me and him are really like, we really working on this
Yeah.
communication thing, trying to understand because I already know he's stressed up there. I don't need to be adding no additional stress. And what he doesn't know, and he may know, because I feel like kids are very, boy or girls, are very in tune with their parents when you do have a good relationship with them too. He normally knows when I'm upset too or something's bothering me. That's on best way
Right.
I could describe it. So I try to keep a level head because I know that he's already stressed. I don't want to get stressed for him, and then we're both stressed trying to navigate this college life. So those who may have just joined or just wondering what we're chopping it up about, so Boy Oh Boy, episode 5, me and Farron pretty much just get on here and kind of talk about our experiences as moms with boys, different topics. Sometimes we'll have 3 topics within 1 hour, just to be honest. I didn't see anybody posting what they do to stay connected with their kids. So we would love to see, like, what are your things that you do with your kids to try to keep that bond, right? Because they go to school or they may be at the house or you're working, adult kids, middle school kids, babies, whatever age your kid is. Matter of fact, if you have kids, we would love to know the ages of your kids. My son is 19. This is his second year off to college. He's my only child. And so, yeah, that first year was definitely tough for both of us, but we are doing our thing now. I can tell he still gets homesick a little bit, and I still miss him a little bit, but seeing him a week and a half ago definitely did both of us some good. Farron, drop your kids' ages again.
They're 20 and 9. The 9-year-old going on 42. But yeah. And it's funny. Somebody I was the other day, Friday, I was at baseball practice with Chance. And so me and the mom talking and stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm an older mom. Like I had him when I was 35." That I was like, whatever, cool. She was like, "Is he your only kid?" I was like, "He acts like it." She was like, "Yeah, he kind of does." And I laughed. I said, "No, because if you meet the oldest one, you'll think that he's the only child." I say because they're so far apart. And she was like, "Well, what are they, like 3 or 4 years?" I was like, "No, they're like a good one." So I told her, she was like, "Excuse me." The look, she said, "Oh wow." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, can I ask you, is that how you came up with his name?" I said, "Who, Chance?" She was like, "Yeah." I bust out laughing. I said, "Well, kind of, sort of." I said his name was going to be Chase. I said, and at the last minute it got changed to Chance because I said I kind of jinxed myself because when I had Tosin, I told my goddaughter auntie, she was like, "Oh, you gonna have more kids?" I was like, "Girl, I ain't having kids for another 10, 12 years. Like, I'm not doing this again. I don't like this. This is ghetto. This hurt. This, that, whatever." And then I said, if I have a baby, by the time I'm 30, 31, that's a wrap. We're not doing this no more. And so, long story short, Chance met all both of deadlines. And I was like, after that, yeah, we done.
Oh,
Like, there's a chances that, no, this is the last chance. This is going to be the last chance that we doing this again. Like, we're not doing this. So, yeah, they're 20 and they're 20 and 9.
aw. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before. Like I said, in my mind, I thought I was going to have 6 kids. And then I thought I was going to have 4. Then I thought I was going to have 3. And then I just happened to end up with 1. And that was just the cards that was dealt at the end of the day. And I did have a cutoff. I definitely have passed my cutoff now. And it's interesting. I still find myself saying, okay, I'm really done with my cutoff. But would I really, really do it? I'll be honest, I don't want to. I don't want to, but very small. Like if I was to get married and he had no kids, or he really, really wanted a kid with me, maybe. But I will say that at my age, I find that most men already have their kids. Their kids are older than my kids, so they really not trying to start over either, which is really great. But I have even one time dated a guy who was much younger for a little bit. And I say much younger, like 9 years younger. And,
Wow.
and I
Listen,
wasn't trying to. They pursued me and pursued me, pursued me, pursued me. And I'm like, you know what? Let's give
well,
it a little chance.
you do give me very late mid 30s. So I mean,
It's
because
funny. So
my
yeah,
cause
but then, and he already had a son. Now we're still good friends now, but then, it just ended up not working out, and he ended up, meeting somebody else, and now he has a baby. But yeah, I'm not trying to start over. Okay, so Miss Lewis says I'm not a mom, but I will randomly full time text my nephew. I think FT is full time because FT
FaceTime,
at work is full time.
FaceTime, bro. We
Oh, FaceTime, yeah.
Android users,
I
but
think at
that's
work I think I'm
FaceTime for
full
the
time
Apple people.
FaceTime. My nephew to say hi, I love you, and encourage him. Oh, that's amazing. I have a set of twins. Oh, boy and girl, age 10, and she has 10. The twins are 10, and then she has a 4-year-old girl. To stay connected, I pray with them every morning, Monday through Friday, before dropping them off to school. I also do daily debriefs about their day. Let me see, hit see more. I love this. Yes. Okay, let me say this, Miss Way. You just brought up something really good. When Rance was in middle school, so if y'all didn't catch it earlier, I said I drove Rance to school throughout his entire time in school into his senior year. Okay, guys. So from the time he was going to preschool to his 11th grade year, I drove him to school every year. I was very blessed to
Wow.
be able to do that. Very, very blessed. When he was in elementary, I used to do that with him and my little cousin who was in the car. We would say prayer every morning. This week, me and Rance actually started reading Proverbs together. So I said, we're going to read a verse from Proverbs every day. So one day I sent him like Proverbs 1:1, Proverbs 1:2, and then we missed 3, 4, and 5. So yesterday when I talked to him, I say, okay, while we're on the phone, go to the Bible, and he read them. So today I need to send him verse 6. So I love that. I think we talked about this in one of our other lives, like talk about morals and stuff. And I mentioned that's why like me and his dad wasn't together. Like that's for me was very important to still my morals and my beliefs into Rance. In that way, when he got older, he could kind of, you know, make up his own mind. But yeah, church is very, very important to us. He actually went to church today. I was super excited to see that the single drive had him at church today because he's definitely missed about 3 or 4 times. I know I love that single drive, baby. That's the best thing that could ever come. But I will say this with the single drive, when I see that he's leaving campus late night, I don't say nothing.
Right,
Like I'm not that mom who, yes, I'm watching because it's out of concern, but I'm not a badgering mom,
right.
right? I'm just kind of like keeping watch of things going on. But yeah, he went to church this morning. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. And I know some people feel like you don't have to go to church, but for Rance, I think that he needs interaction off of campus and something to feel familiar with at home. And
Right.
church is familiar. Okay, let me read some more. Those younger men love older women. That they do. That they do. Even the older men like, the younger women too.
Mhm.
At dinner, we talk about our day and no phones are allowed at table. I love that. I will say when Rance got to high school, of course he had his phone a little bit more. I did instill that too, like no phones at the table. And I would try to sit down and have dinner with him. I miss that. What I do now, and I'll give you the floor, Farron, so I apologize.
You
When he comes home, we have to play Uno. Like that is our thing. And that's our bonding time. We're talking. So we have Uno challenges, just me and him. We used to have Connect Four challenges, and we also have dance parties.
see, we ain't got that. Like they competitors. Like they don't like to lose. I'm not finna let them lose. Like I ain't that parent to say I'm finna let you win just because you a kid. So we can't like we play Uno that ain't go well. We play Connect Four, that ain't go well. So I'm like, you know what? I wish we could sit and do stuff. Like I'm that parent. Like we can play this PS4 together, but I'm finna figure out a way how to make you lose. Like we not finna cause you're not finna have that over me. Like you not finna have that over me as bragging rights. So I'd be like trying to figure out like, okay, like I used to sometimes play football with Lil Telson. Well, I'm not that fast. He fast. So it was like, yeah, I don't play this no more because you keep winning. I don't like that. I want you to keep thinking that you finna dust me. So it's like, would I like? Do I enjoy stuff? So like, if we do play games or something, it's more so like I might have a questions or cards or something. Like, hey, what's this, that, and they be like, okay, after 3 questions, all right, can we do something else? No, because what you not finna do is think you finna whoop me, and then when I win, I'm not finna let up on you. So it's best that we just don't do none of this because it's not happening.
Trust me, the Uno gets serious in the house, and Rance is very high energy. And so I know my neighbors because I'm in the townhouse and I'm in the middle. I know they're like, what is going on? So we do 3 games back to back, and whoever wins like the best out of 3 is like the champion that night. And he's like, what
Okay.
y'all? He's like, bro, you're cheating. What? He's like, what you got up your sleeve? But it's out of fun. He's laughing, but he's
Right.
very competitive. And that's one thing I guess I didn't realize, which I know that's like probably natural in men, but he's very competitive.
Yes. When I say I didn't know, I never like noticed the level of competitiveness because Telson was the only child for a long period, right? Chance, I have a nephew right under Chance, 1 year younger than him. It be look, I'm like, bro, what's the problem? Like it can be something so small as I I I got 2 more peas on my plate than you do, and I'm eating them to be stronger. What, like, bro? Are y'all serious? I know males are competitive, but I didn't know the extent. Like, and it's like beating their chest all day, every day. Like, bro. And now that like Tulsa has gotten to be a younger, older boy or whatever, I see it like him and his dad. I'm like, bro, bro, you 40, like, what we doing? It'd be funny because it's like, like, dude, you got the shoe game from your daddy, right? Like, I don't get like y'all go back and forth about who finna get the shoe first, or like tell us like I don't do raffles, they daddy do raffles. Why is it a competition?
Everything's a competition.
I
Too
didn't I
funny.
didn't realize like they get the same they get their haircut from the same person, right? Shout out to Mr. Frank. He keep my boys on point. They Telson and Chance will have a whole debate about who haircut is the best. Mr. Frank cut y'all hair the same goddamn way every 2 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is always the same. But on the way home, nah, Mr. Frank ain't got you right. Nah, Mr. Frank. Bruh, I did not know it was this serious. I never knew that. I'm like, I don't recall doing that with my sisters. Even though me and my older sister 10 years apart, my little sister 7, it just never clicked to me like competitive like that, like to be competitive with my siblings. But them, it'd be like, bro, like they're pretty accurate, like throwing, right? Um, Throwing a ball or whatever. They were out one day. Telson was trying to show Chance how to run routes or whatever. They outside one day, and Chance threw the ball accurate, perfect. One little spiral missed up. Oh, Telson didn't let him live it down. All right, cool. They switched roles. Telson messed up. They didn't. I was like, bro, you're 20. He's 9. You're 9. He's 20. Like, why are we beating our chest? I don't know. I don't
They
know.
have to be better than the other. I love it.
I don't.
Oh, Farron, keep me on track because I definitely do not have my other phone. So I am
Oh, you
sleeping
ain't
tonight
got your
on a,
timer today, girl. I'm so
and
happy
I
you
feel like
don't got your timer.
uh, and I feel like we're probably coming up on an hour, if
You
not
coming up?
45 minutes.
You got 6 minutes, boo. Say what you got to say.
Okay. All right, so guys, just to wrap it up, if this is your first time joining, we appreciate you. If this is your second, third, fourth, we appreciate you. If you want to go back and watch any of the episodes, they are all on Farron's social media. So you can subscribe to her YouTube page, of course, now on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. They all 4 now going to be 5th episodes are on all of her platforms. If you go to my platforms, you're only going to see one. I just let her be our social media person because I'm just not very techy. So make sure y'all go back, check them out. We just like to have a good time. We really like to talk about boys. Episode 2, if you did not get a chance to watch it, you can see our boys on episode 2. Episode 3, we had a very in-depth conversation. It was amazing. Episode 4, we pretty much gave our audience the floor like the last 30 minutes. We did like a recap. And episode 1 was, of course, just like our introduction. I can't even remember what we talked about in episode 1, so I'll probably go back and watch it. But it pretty much was just us kind of telling you what this platform is going to be about. We welcome moms and dads, aunties and uncles. If you're none above, we still welcome you. And we don't, it's just our personal opinions. So we appreciate you guys.
We ain't professionals by a long shot. And we very transparent. We gonna tell you, hey, it ain't work out, but try this avenue. If it don't, like we ain't, it ain't no, there's no rules to being a good parent. There's no rules to being a parent. Let me say that. Because I do believe there are some not so great parents and there are some really, really good parents. But there's no rules to this parenting thing. And if it was, I don't think I probably would follow the rules. I really don't think I probably would. I might follow some of it, but for the most part, we're gonna wing it. We're gonna see what stick and what don't stick. So that's us in a nutshell. Like we, as my cousin say, I'm a hippie. I'm like, girl, stop saying it. Stop calling me a hippie. But I get why she's saying it because I just be like, man, listen, there's enough stress life going on. Just live this thing. Like you only die one time, but you live every day. So that's what we
If
do.
I had to sum up my parenting style, maybe we can end on this note. My parenting style was old school and a little bit of new school. I mixed. I did a combination. I really did with him. I did a combination of some things that my parents and grandparents did with me, and then some things I did that was just really probably considered unconventional, but it worked for us.
Let me see. I feel like I'm more so of like I do take maybe about that much of tradition because I think tradition holds us in bondage sometimes, right? But I also respect that sometimes tradition keeps boundaries, keeps us in check and gives us balance, right? But I think I'm more so of that parent like um let's experience this. Let's be comfortable in our skin. Let's have a voice. Um, because when I had a conversation with my mom not too long ago, she made a comment. She was like, I don't know why little babies always gravitate towards Auntie Farron and kids gravitate towards you or whatever. And I made a joke. I was like, because I'm me or whatever. And she was like, she's like, you made me aware that kids have a voice. Kids have opinions. Kids have this. And I was like, yeah, because not saying that I didn't have that, but at the same time, their generation didn't have a voice. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't, there's a lot of stuff we couldn't say. Like to this day, I don't say nothing. My kids be like, nah, they lying, mom. You know, back then we couldn't say lie. So
You better not say the word lie. You better say told a
tell a
story.
story, right? Well, when I always say like tell a story, like I'm telling you what's happening. That's telling a story. No, you lied. So when my mama hear like Chance like he lying, she like he what? Mom, he's not. He's lying. Like that's part of the tradition that I don't carry because like you
Mm-hmm.
know that. But at the same time, it's like it's all about your tone. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like you can say ma now, you know that's a lie. Now, but if you got some bass in your mind, you lying. Watch your tone, bro.
Right. Like
Watch your mouth.
I said earlier, it's all about the delivery.
It's all about the delivery.
Well, thank you guys. I definitely enjoyed this conversation. I want to wrap up and really say this. And this is y'all first time watching, and me and Farron say this, everyone, this is not rehearsed. We never know what we're going to talk about, just to be honest, y'all. We never, me and her literally text each other like 5 to 10 minutes before, like, okay, ready to go live? Yep, I'm ready. You ready? And we do our thing. That's why I didn't even have my phone today. I really need to get in a routine of like having everything. But this is just like raw as it could get from us. And we hope that y'all take something, and we also love to get stuff from y'all. So I love the comments that was posted today, and hopefully we'll see y'all
No,
in
we
a
won't
couple
see
of
them no more this month. So
yes.
don't look for us this month. Morgan got to go be mommy, and Morgan got to go take a vacation. We'll see y'all in November. I'll look at the calendar and we'll let y'all know. But we ain't gonna see y'all no more this month. So go and get your little trick or treat and all that. Circle back around for us around Thanksgiving. We'll be back by
And
then.
catch up on the other episodes if you missed any of them. All right, peace.
Bye.